stage for us well. Andrew McCoy is the director of the Virginia Center for Housing Research. He's a professor at Virginia Tech and comes at this from a couple of different directions, both as an academic and a teacher, trying to explain these issues to students and others around the world, but also trying to put some of these academic and educational philosophies into practice, most recently around the world of using technology known as 3D printing in order to build sustainable, livable, and from what I hear, some pretty nice houses. Andrew McCoy, good of you to join us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here today, and it's good to see you again, Ellis.
As well. So am I raising? I know you're going to describe a little bit about some of the work that you're doing there in Virginia that I know has implications around the world. But am I setting the bar too high? Am I expecting too much out of the work that you're doing?
Well, I hope not. Today, I'm going to talk to you a good bit about industrialized construction in general, talk to you about what we're trying to do to help train the workforce of the future. And hopefully it's not too futuristic. It's something that is actually pretty attainable. And it's something that really places human beings at the center of that process. So I'm excited.
Terrific. Well, we'll lay it on us. Let's hear what you're doing.
Okay, well, great. So just starting off, this is a 3D concrete printed house on the screen that we printed in Williamsburg, Virginia, kind of as the basis of the beginning of the talk. But really, I wanted to set the stage here and talk about the future of workforce training. That really what we're going to see the emergence of new areas, new educational and training programs that can train large numbers of workers, but also that it's not really confined to grade school, secondary school, or the university, but it's going to be at all different levels of the workforce process. That people are going to want to retool, and they're going to want to see new ways to train across their careers. And that's what we're hoping with this kind of idea of lifelong learning. One of the things that we need to think about is what's happening in the industry right now. So construction accounts for about 13% of the global gross domestic product. Large projects, they're taking a lot longer and they're over budget than other projects. But we're seeing that this is happening as a trend across the industry. Labor productivity has really remained stagnant in terms of increasing productivity. And we have about 80% of construction still taking place on site. Construction is the number one industrial sector that consumes raw materials. And in terms of the US, it's 50% of the nation's solid waste. And what we're seeing increasingly is that there's very little digitization of our industry, but it's something that we are right on the cusp of seeing a lot more of. So at Virginia Tech and at other universities, but I'm going to focus, of course, on what we've been doing at Virginia Tech, we've really made industrialized construction central to our strategic planning and our curriculum. So this includes additive manufacturing, automation, digital design, the list goes on and on. But one of the things increasingly that we're looking at is also not just off-site capabilities, but how that affects our capabilities on-site. The term the motto that we often use is hands-on, minds-on. So we want to make sure that our students and the people we work with have their hands on, as well as trying to think through better ways to do the tasks in the industry. And we need a new generation of workforce, what you might call a digital workforce, all the way from printer operators to contractors, people who implement a lot of what we're seeing in the industry in terms of the future and how technology is being spread throughout the industry. We're looking for collaboration, of course, among faculty. The idea that we bring kind of the experience in the field to the classroom and vice versa. And we've been looking at a way of breaking up the curriculum into a modularized curriculum where we have topical areas, but we also have individual modules, somewhere around 250 minutes that people can kind of take in bite-sized amounts. They can run through a topical area where they get a lot of deep training in one topic, or they can pick and choose and have kind of self-paced curriculum as well that helps them with what experience they're seeing in the industry and how they're moving through the industry and what they need to retool. And so then they can take these modules, they